Blog Talk Radio.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot, oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker, and I'm here with my co-host, Patricia Kirkman, PK, and George Lugo, both tremendously talented, PK with numerology and George with his psychic mediumship. We are all going to have fun tonight because we've got a terrific guest who's been on before, and we absolutely love her, Christine Alexandria. She is well known in the field of angel communication. We're going to bring her on shortly, but first, Miss PK, you've got some things to report tonight, so let's start with you.
Yes. Well, firstly, everybody remember the month has everything to do about family type situations, and that's going to be true all month, so look out because Christmas Day going to create a lot of work for everybody, but we already know that. Just keep your cool and don't get angry. Stuff that part aside because you'll regret it afterwards. You're going to try to make everything perfect. Let it be the best it can be, not the best you think it's supposed to be. That'll help a lot. But we also have a little chat here with all the things ongoing with our political shenanigans. Has anybody thought about Nancy Pelosi? Or do you want to think about Nancy Pelosi? But that's a mixed bag. But I'll tell you one thing. Although I'm not thrilled with the woman per se, she's a very talented and very intelligent lady. But she has to be able to wear 4-inch heels all the time. She likes to walk like a model, and that's why she is very precise in how she moves and what she does and how she carries herself. But she's quite a power to be reckoned with because it's her way or the highway. But this lady's got a lot of moxie. She's got a 7 life path, which means that she's intuitive. She's got an extremely psychic aspect of things. So when she goes after something, she's going for the throat. Well, it's been obvious. That's what's been going on in the political arena these days. But just kind of saying she picks up different things. Watch your hand gestures and voice inflections whenever you see her online because that says a lot about how she's, shall we say, attacking the enemy, whomever it may be. And you'll find out that once she loses or uses her post up that she's in now, don't be surprised if we don't see her as a diplomat for the U.S. because she's very inclined towards that, and she would do a good job. She's good at what she does. If it's what she wants. The rest of us have to stand back. If it's not our cup of tea, that's too bad where she's concerned. It's our problem, not hers. But she is very interested in energy and making time to do the things she wants. She's also extremely interested in the money that she gains or garners because of her position. So whatever it takes when she leaves Congress, she'll be around as a diplomat or a peacekeeper, somewhere between here and there. So just something to think about. Maybe we've got her in the safest place right now. We just don't know it yet.
Well, it's unfortunate what she has done and what some of these other party members have done, I have to say. It's just a waste of time, in my opinion, and I'm sure people may disagree, but and I do hear what you're saying, obviously, for a woman to get into a position of power and to hold on to it for that long. And to make as much money as she's made in her position.
Yes, she has. And
it's curious
not
because
the government, or at least not our government.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of ask where did all this money come from. But it's obviously somebody who has some talent. However, I can't get behind this person at all.
No.
I find
the sad part of it, how many millions of dollars, or $300-some million have been spent these last months? Nothing's been accomplished. Nothing will really be accomplished from it. And the American public is going without the things that they really need these people to be doing or working on.
Well, yes, and I have a problem with people who have, multi-millions of dollars and have big walls around their property and guards and security, yet they don't want us to have any of that. I don't like to see that kind of double standard, which is what I see. It's a very troubling trend. I see it with celebrities all the time too. Not all, but some. And it's like, we can have this protection. We just don't want you to have this protection. So you have to really question a lot of what you're seeing today. It's not what it appears to be. So, but thank you for that insight. And I have to tell you, last time we talked, PK, you were mentioning that people don't want to have anybody tell them advice. No advice. Don't give advice. And you couldn't have been more right. Because I've watched people say something, and boy, did they get their heads taken off. So you were right about that. People are very sensitive, very touchy about certain subjects, maybe all subjects, and they don't want to hear any words of wisdom coming from anybody else.
Only if they ask for it do we offer it. Because if they don't ask, whatever we come out with, we're going to get our fingers smacked. So it's best if they ask for advice about something, saying, what do you think I should do about that is one thing. But telling you the problem and waiting for you to respond, only if they ask, what do you think about that, or how should I do it differently? Otherwise,
I always say, Switzerland.
Exactly, George.
Better with the hot chocolate, right?
Yeah, that's right. Switzerland. What do you think about that, George? Switzerland.
That's a good one. I like that, George. That's terrific. Well, also, I just wanted to mention on our Facebook page, Supernatural Girls Facebook page, we've got some terrific UFO videos. They are being reported, hundreds of them, all over the world, and people are posting them. So it's great to see some real crafts. I think some of these are the real deal, and it's great to be able to see them. They are on our Facebook page. Take a look there with some other terrific paranormal stories. As always, we have them on our Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter as well so you can keep up with everything we're doing. We have all kinds of holiday specials. Obviously, tonight, Christine is going to be doing free readings for our guests, and she's also offering a 20% off for all of our listeners from now until December 22nd. And you can use the code Supernatural Angels. You get 20% off all of our products from now until December 22nd. We have soul realignment readings available at a deeply discounted price, and gift certificates are available for the soul realignment readings, dream analysis, all of those things that are offered here. So if you have any questions, or you want to book something, or you want a gift certificate for someone, then don't hesitate to reach out. You can find me at supernaturalgirls.com. My email is there. Just click on it. It'll bring you right to me. And let's see, we've got candles on sale that I made with our good friend Katrina, and she is a bruja. She's been on the show a bunch of times and very powerful. So the candles have a lot of mojo. Take a look at them. We're going to be having some new ones coming out in 2020 also. But these are great and powerful candles. They are not your typical candles that you buy at Home Goods or place like that. It is a real thing. So we've got that. And let's see, what else? Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me, PK, about this. We have had some complaints from people that have tried to listen to our live show, and they have not been able to get the audio. So here is my request. If that has happened to you, we would like to know about it because we want to report that to Blog Talk Radio. Obviously, there's a problem. A lot of the complaints we got came from the Virginia area. So if you're having a problem with hearing our live show, then please do send me an email Again, I've heard that people can listen on the podcast after it's gone live, but we really want people to be able to hear the live show too. So any problems with audio, please send an email over. And you can reach George at crystalgatereadings.com if you'd like a reading from the absolute best psychic medium in the world, in our opinion. That's where you can find George. And Patricia Kirkman, PK, if you would like a numerology reading, you can reach her at patriciakirkman.com. And she's also on supernaturalgirls.com. So this is a great time of year to give yourself a gift of self-awareness, communicate with people that have passed with George's help, or realign your soul with me and get some dream analysis working on your behalf. So this is the time to do it. We're wrapping up 2019. This will be our last show of the year. So be sure to check back with us to see where we're going to be broadcasting in January. We have been asked to move to Spreaker. We're going to see if we can get that working for our first show in January. It's going to be all about the snake and the power of the snake. It's going to be very, very fascinating. So be sure to keep in touch with us so that you can keep up with all of our news shows. So tonight, as I mentioned, we've got a great and fabulous friend and guest, Christine Alexandria, and she has been chatting with the angelic realm since she was a child. And she loves, amongst other things, to share their words of wisdom, inspiration, and empowerment to clients, customers, and students. Her first product, the Angel Chatter Oracle Cards, is now in its third edition. It was channeled in 2 weeks, and to her knowledge, it's the only deck in the world to have aromatherapy, jewelry, as well as an in-depth book that continues to empower you while directly connecting back to the Oracle deck. Christine is an accomplished author with 3 books under her wings, the designer and creator of the exclusive product line known as Angel Chatter. And as we constantly evolve, so has she. In the coming months, Christine will be offering more online classes, new jewelry, and more ways to help another allow themselves to shine in their truest essence. So, Christine, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me back. It is such a joy. And to be on your last show of this year and this decade, oh, my gosh, what an honor. Thank you.
Oh, well, you're so welcome. It's a pleasure for us to have you here. And we've got people lined up that have questions already. But first, let's hear a little bit more about you, because you've had a lifetime of angel conversation. But tell us more about that, because it wasn't the easiest path for you to follow either.
No, it's not. Let's face it. But apparently, I've been doing this, like you mentioned, since a child. But let's face it, chatting with angels is not your typical day job. And being the good girl and being the eldest of both sides of my family, I always kind of wanted to fit in. And talking with angels, seeing energy, sensing energy, doesn't really allow one to fit in so much when you're growing up, and that's all you want to do in junior high and high school. So I shut it down, and I shut it way down. I had no clue that this was a gift. It always intrigued me, but never knew it was something that I could do. And it was years ago. I was in my 30s, I believe, and I was having a phone reading, and the reader called in Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary and Kuan Yin, and then she calls in Archangel Ariel. At that point, I don't believe I had heard of Ariel, but before I could monitor what came out of my mouth, I went, oh, Pinky! And I said it really, really loud. And I don't remember anything else from that reading or conversation because I was stuck on who's Pinky. So I go to bed that night. I tuck my daughters into bed. My husband's traveling, so I'm in bed by myself. And I said, okay, everybody that was at this session, front and center, because I'm starting kind of getting back into it. I'm exploring. I'm curious. I'm reading stuff. So names were becoming familiar. So I see them enter the bedroom one by one. And when Ariel came in, I stopped and I went, it's you, because she's my guardian angel. And as a child, her true color resonance is red. I see her as the angel of courage. But as a child in the crib, having somebody come in all fiery and red would be a little scary. And even as an adult, to be empowered within your own essence is scary. It's intimidating. And like you said, you don't offer advice unless you're asked. And then they may not still accept the advice. So Ariel will come in initially as pink because pink is soft, pink is cuddly, pink is approachable. So I gave her the nickname as Pinky when I was in the crib. So fast forward decades, she's back in my life constantly. And it's really cool. I have a couple of products with her on it, and one of them is Angel Glow. And my first one was gifted to me by a client, and it came in red. It's gorgeous, and I wear it regularly when we do metaphysical shows. And I said, okay, I'm going to have some more of these made for clients and customers. And they all came in more pink. And I went, and these are all handmade, and it's really not up to the creator on how they come in because it's cloisonné, so it's melted glass. So she really doesn't have true control over the color coming in. So I asked Ariel, what's the deal? And that's when she said, I come in pink to help people softly come into their power. I'm like, oh, cool. But what's really cool is one of my clients purchased one, and she's wearing it, and I'm looking at it as I'm giving her a reading, and she's like, what? I'm like, I swear that thing is starting to turn red on you. So it's a fascinating journey. And like you said, the Oracle deck, which I'm so blessed is in its 3rd edition, just keeps getting better and better, and I'll be unleashing because it's done. I'm waiting for the illustrations to get done. I'll be releasing another deck in 2020 that's very, very near and dear to my heart and very different than the current deck because this one comes from Mary Magdalene. So it's
nice.
It is an ooh. I was very lucky to go to Sacred France. It'll be 2 years. 2 years this coming year. And Mary Magdalene and I had a moment, or actually several moments. We went to her basilica, and it's where her skull is. And I know I expected to get a little emotional and be awestruck because I have this very strong connection to her. Did not expect ugly cry. And it wasn't ugly cry just once. It was ugly cry. I mean, we're talking like snot and heaving and the whole bit 5 or 6 times. Every time I go down there, it was like, all over the place. And I've known about this second Oracle deck almost since this first one came out. I had the title for it, and I tried working on it, and it always fell flat, flatter than a pancake. And I've realized when I'm trying to do something or it's becoming difficult, it's not the time, and I just walk away from it. So I come back from France. She shows up and she goes, oh, that deck is mine. And it was done within a matter of weeks. She and I would sit down every afternoon around 3 o'clock, and I would channel a message from her. I could only do about maybe 3 per day because her energy is so intense. After 3, she would start frying my brain cells, whatever was left, and I would have to go and rest, and we would continue on the next day. So it's quite powerful, and I shared it with a few people.
See this.
Oh, it's really, I'm so pleased with it, and I'm super excited about the illustration. The young woman that's doing them for me, she's very close to me. And we were talking about the project one day, and I've seen a couple of her rough sketches. I said, this is a Mary Magdalene the world hasn't seen before. She's dynamic. She's kind of sexy. She's empowered. She is taking no prisoners. And she kind of had her head down when she was listening to me. And she raised her head and she looked at me. This is my illustrator. And she goes, damn straight. I'm like, okay, then. We're
Gosh, that's tremendous. Well, you must let us know, when this becomes available so we can announce it to everybody. It sounds
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm honored. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Beyond magical here with your relationship with her. Well, we've got some people waiting to talk to you and the angels. So
Wonderful.
how about if we take a couple calls? Let's hear from Katie. Hi, Katie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
We're all great. Now, what's your question for Christine?
Thank you. Yes, my question regards work. I was wondering if I should work with Sarah on a project that she has reviewed and says that she liked, and she sent me a contract for, or if I should work with her but on a different project instead.
Oh, good question. May I ask what the project is, Katie?
Yes, it's literary, film, artistic, just a bunch of creative.
Okay, you're spot on doing what you're doing. I'm not getting a really clear channel regarding Sarah. She feels fine, but you best be checking, dot your I's and cross your T's and really read over everything clearly. It does feel a little muddled, that the communication's not going to be as good as it could be. Try to stay away from the words should, because that puts a lot of pressure on you making the perfect decision. And honestly, no decision, a psychic doesn't need to tell you this, no decision we ever make is actually ever perfect. We always work with the best based on our knowledge we have at hand. Sarah feels like she could be a very good champion for your corner, but at the present, do a little bit more digging with her relationship with it and make sure the contract lists everything that you desire. And I pulled a card, and I just cut my deck, and the card that showed up is trust. So this is a tool I give my students all the time. Ask yourself simple yes or no questions when you place your hands over your heart. Your heart is the birthplace of your soul, never lies to you. The ego lies all the time, and it does a brilliant job of keeping us in a state of confusion. Trust your soul, trust your heart for the direction on this. You'll get an immediate yes or no answer. I do this all the time. I just did it today, actually picking out a Christmas present for my husband, whether this was the right bottle of port or not. He's not listening, so I can tell you all what he's getting. But it's something as simple as picking out the right bottle of port to finding the right person that's going to help take you to the next levels and beyond, because the project you're working on feels amazing, and you need the right person in your corner that's willing to go to bat for you and push people out of the way so you can shine, because it deserves that kind of recognition. And as I said that, I'm getting super big chills. And George, do you want to have anything to back up on that?
Yeah, just trust. It's mostly about trust. I mean, she already knows what to do.
Exactly.
Just trust it. Yeah, just trust it.
Okay.
She'll be fine.
All right, Katie, you heard it from both of us, honey. Trust your
Yes.
instincts, trust your heart, and I look forward to seeing this project come to fruition for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Many
You're
blessings
very welcome.
to you. Thank you.
And to you.
Thank you, and happy holidays. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, you too.
And thanks for your call.
Thanks.
Okay, now we have a 617 area code. Let me bring this person on. Hi, you are live on the air. Who's this?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm just wondering what the year is going to be like for me. It's been a stressful last 2 years.
Yeah, this year, 2019, because we are still in it, the angels every year give me a theme that's universal for everyone. This is the breakthrough year, and let's face it, some of our personal breakthroughs, they've stunk, but they had to happen, because 20, it's not only the new year, Debbie, but it's a new decade, and the theme for coming up for us all is allowing. So now it's time to give ourselves permission and allow ourselves to rise up from the ashes like the phoenix, because you are a fighter. You're a warrior at heart.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for you to allow yourself to relax into what you really desire and give yourself permission for what you want. So I did the same, just like I did for Katie. I cut my deck, and the card that came up is Archangel Camuel. It's the angel of the heart, angel of self-love. But the message is, you are worthy. So this is a time for you not to take no for an answer. And it's time to be a bit more courageous. So think about the story I shared about Ariel a little bit more. It's time for you to be courageous and no more settling. Step forward. Things will get easier for you. Still a little bit of a hiccup the first quarter of the year for you, but the more you stand in your power, the more you're going to be recognized and things are going to start really going your way.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, Debbie?
Yeah, just one. Do you see me getting a new job?
Immediately I heard, what did you hear, George?
March.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a long ways away, but get out of your head and use your heart more, and you'll find your perfect job.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, that coincides with the first quarter hiccup and then things getting much smoother later on the rest of the year. By June, you're going to be so settled in that new job.
Oh, yeah.
This is all going to be a distant memory.
Okay, thank you all, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. Thanks for the call. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Excellent. Wow, this is great fun. Okay, and now I'm going to bring Hugh onto the air. Let's see now. Here we go. Hi, Hugh. Welcome to the show. What's your question for Christine?
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call. It's synchronistic in a way. I'm looking to help manifest a global miracle based on spirituality and agape love over the holiday period, and love to know what you pick up on that.
Rephrase your question if you can, Hugh. I think I know what you're stating, but I'm not 100% clear, to be honest.
Yes, it's something that I would like to provide information about after you give what your reading will be, but it's to show people through an example of something how to change their lives in a way that will make them more spiritual and fill their hearts with love.
Okay, it's a fantastic concept. What I am getting, though, it's a bit ungrounded, and I'm not getting the dots are all connected, which is why probably I had to ask you to repeat the question. Take your ideas and deepen them. Build upon them. I have to do this as an example constantly because as a leader, you know more than those that you're going to teach. So things that come super easy to you won't be coming so easy to your students and the followers and the people that are going to benefit from your concept and teachings. You really have to, I'm going to use the phrase dumb it down to make it much more digestible and easy to comprehend. So, and very approachable. You have a very gentle essence, but it's a bit scattered. So break it down and work with Archangel. I call them the dynamic duo. Sandalphon, who is the Earth Star chakra, and his twin is Metatron, Soul Star. They are both not only archangels, but also ascended masters. So they can help you take your soul's mission, in this case, the project, but then ground it more into reality so it is understandable and it is approachable and it is then recognized so people can absorb the information. It has very good legs, but it needs to be flushed out a bit more. Does that make sense?
Yes, and if I can just share a Twitter page, it will back up what you're saying, and it has been dumbed down, and it will be very powerful, and it relates to a poem I authored that tomorrow will be the 36th anniversary of President Reagan proclaiming a day, National Care and Share Day, all about volunteerism. So if you put my name on the internet and a Twitter page, you'll have to have a Twitter account to see the post. It's Hugh, H-U-G-H, the last name, Traulsen, T like Tom, Raulsen like Nancy, and then just put Twitter. You'll actually be able to read the proclamation, and right under that is where I'm looking to manifest the miracles. So it has a press release related to the poem, and Maya Angelou even commented on it. I can say the poem, it's only 3 lines long if you'd like to hear it.
That's up to the Patricias if it's okay with them.
Well, we've got a lot of people waiting to ask questions, so maybe we can just send them to your Twitter page to see it, Hugh. That might be better.
Thank you very much, and God bless everyone, and be in love.
Well,
thank you.
Good luck with all of this.
Yes, thank you for your
really
call.
Good, Hugh. Good luck.
Christine?
Yeah.
You were spot on.
Mm-hmm.
On that
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She is, because she's
Oh,
good.
thanks.
She's the best.
Mm-hmm.
She is the
You know,
angel
it's funny,
communicator.
Ariel before.
Thank you.
Years
Aw.
ago, when I first was deciding what I was going to be when I grew up, I was told that Ariel would be an answer for me and that I should go towards the metaphysics, and Ariel would be my guide. And I had never heard of Ariel before. And
Oh, how cool.
that was about a year after my husband passed away, and this is what I've done ever since. Interesting
Wow.
how
You know,
follow when we least expect it.
It really is, because when we have those really big traumatic life events, my husband's still here, thank you very much. Kind of love the guy after 34 years, right? You know, but
Good for
you have
you.
those big life, you have those really big life shifts that you're forced. So my dog left us last year, hardly a husband, but she is a guide.
Mm-hmm.
And people, my neighbors who are so not woo-woo, Gabby left in January, and I'm out in the yard, I don't know, sometime April, May, June, and my neighbor's out there. She goes, oh, where's your dog? And I said, well, she left in January. She left. Well, what, when, what? I said, January. And she's like, January? And I said, yeah, why? And now I'm starting to grin. I have a feeling where this is going. She goes, I swear I just saw her in the window last week where she would always sit and wait for you. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. So Gabby, her actual name is GABI, became an acronym I learned early on when she came to us. Because people would spell it GABBY, and I get all my whiteys tied up in a knot, and it's GABI. I'm like, what do I care? She's a dog, right? And I realized her name was an acronym for Grace Always Begins Inside. I'm like,
oh, wow. Perfect.
Okay, then. So look for that coming into play with me a lot in the coming months. That's a teaser. I know. I'm sorry, but I can't tell you more than that right now. But
we'll just have to wait to hear the rest of that story.
Yeah.
It sounds fascinating.
Well,
we've got another person
story
waiting to talk to you, so let me bring them on,
Okay,
and then
cool.
we're going to take a short commercial break after that. So we've got somebody calling in from area code 845. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm calling from New York.
Hi, thank
Maria.
you for your call. What's your question for Christine?
Yes, somebody is supposed to send a contract to my daughter for work. Someone deposited the money. And still I don't get it. You see, soon I'm going to get it, or still I got to wait, please.
So your daughter, I'm gonna make sure I'm hearing this right, because I'm in Virginia, so the connection's not 100%. So you're looking for your daughter to get this contract done so she can get her money. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I heard, but I wanted to make sure I heard correctly. I'm not getting it's going to get finalized this month, maybe the latter part of January. I'm seeing some, I keep hearing legal kerfuffle, which doesn't mean a big deal, but it means a legal kerfuffle, which means the lawyers are being a pain in the butt. There's some sort of legal contract. I do feel like she's going to get the money, but it is taking much longer than what seems reasonable. I would chat and have her talk with a couple of angels. The first one that comes to mind is Archangel Sandalphon just showed up in the card, would be Zadkiel. He oversees the crown chakra, and he can help clear away the cobwebs, and cause I'm getting cobwebs that can clear away this crap that's preventing the contract from working in your daughter's favor. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I did pull a card, and that is Archangel Sandalphon, but the message was movement. So that says this is moving forward. So it is a little bit about that whole divine timing thing that we'd love to say and hate to hear, because, of course, we want to receive what is due us literally when it's due, not sometime down the road, but do allow for the timing of this to unfold. The more you and she stay in your head and worry about it, the more you push it away. So the more you can meditate / pray upon it and allow it to unfold, the quicker it can happen.
That's nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Maria. Good luck with you both.
God bless you. Thank you.
And
thank you for your call, Maria.
Thank you. God bless you.
Good luck. Wow, all these insightful messages from you and the angels. It's terrific, Christine. No wonder you love your work so much.
Does it show?
Yes, a little bit.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to take a very short commercial break, everybody. If you would like Christine to answer your question and get a message from the angels, the number to call is 563-999-3539. Again, that's 563-999-3539. So stay tuned, everybody. You are listening to Supernatural Girls Radio, and we will be right back.
Pure essential oils, specialized minerals, and a revolutionary anti-aging technology. Astridian combines the best of all scientifically proven ingredients in easy-to-use creams, lotions, and concentrated serums. Astridian's advanced line of products take your skin to a new level of being healthy and beautiful. We offer a variety of collections that address all your skin concerns. The Essential Anti-Aging Series treats and moisturizes your skin for a long-lasting, younger look. The Multivitamin Series promotes healthy skin with high-quality vitamins and minerals. The Sports Series restores skin from cellular damage and stress. Astridian also offers a revitalizing solution for hair and a professional series for doctors and medical spas. Visit astridian.love today and begin your new journey to healthy, beautiful, youthful skin. Astridian, beyond your expectations.
There are a lot of psychics out there. How do you decide which one is right for you? You look for someone who empowers you, who's practical and spiritually connected, who says, here are your opportunities, here are your challenges, and here's a way to deal with them, and then gives you your own toolbox to make your life everything you want it to be. Hi, I'm Corby Mitleid, and that's how I work with you. As a certified professional tarot reader, I've helped thousands of people for over 40 years through my toolbox. Cards, past life retrieval, numerology, spirit guide conferences, and mediumship. Whether it's career, relationships, finances, or your spiritual road, together we can replace your confusion with clarity. And you'll probably find a little laughter along the way. Visit me at CorbyMitleid.com to find out how to cross your bridge from fear to fearlessness and fly. And tell me you found me at Supernatural Girls for a special gift with your reading. Corby Mitleid, the practical psychic for catching your tomorrows today. Find me at CorbyMitline.com. That's CorbyMitline.com.
Are you ready for a new experience of freedom and powerful connection? Would you like a positive, effortless change in your life? Then come to CosmicFusion.com, where we offer the most advanced energy clearing and expansion techniques in the world, with a quantum vortex energy to activate your divine blueprint and life's purpose. When your soul leads the way with cosmic fusion and quantum vortex energy, you can break clear of past difficulties and blocks with the power of the source. With cosmic fusion, the source energy does the work for you. It's easy and effortless. Listen to our free meditation right from our Cosmic Fusion website, the Cosmic Code Meditation. Sign up for one of our interactive webinars today. Come to Cosmic Fusion, www.KOSMICfusion.com, to experience an effortless awakening and transformation. Are you ready for an upgrade? Are you ready for a new experience of living in the fifth dimensional magic and powerful connection? Then visit CosmicFusion.com today. CosmicFusion.com.
Your property tax bill. Have you seen it lately? It's frightening. Your property taxes are going up while your home value is going down. It's time to fight back and win. For the real truth about the property tax system, get attorney Pat Quintilian's book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Attorney Quintilian answers all your questions and gives you the facts you need to fight a property tax bill that is spiraling out of control. You'll also read about what happens to property owners who don't check their property records, only to find out too late they're taxed on square footage, fixtures, and even buildings that they don't own. Is this happening to you? Learn your rights. Buy attorney Pat Quintilian's book today. Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Available on Amazon.com.
Are you frustrated with endless mantras, affirmations, and processes that promise to align your life with your dreams, only to find yourself years later in the same space where you began? Do you feel like you must be doing something wrong because nothing seems to be working? Don't you just wish that someone could shift your consciousness for you and your life could align with your desires without all the effort? Well, your wish is about to come true. Hi, I'm Carrie Cannon, and I have a gift that allows me to align the consciousness of others to be in harmony with their dreams. The best part is, it requires no particular effort on your part. Upon listening to a consciousness alignment, people have reported instant energy shifts, financial windfalls, soulmate connections, healed relationships, physical healings, and more. To gain access to a free trial offer for my entire Manifesting Miracles library of consciousness alignments, go to CommandMiracles.com now for details. Again, that's CommandMiracles.com for information about our free trial offer. That's CommandMiracles.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker, here with my co-host, Patricia Kirkman, PK, and my other co-host, George Lugo. So great to have everybody on for this wonderful conversation that we're having with our guest expert tonight, Christine Alexandria. So if you would like to call in and get a message from the angels for yourself, then call in at 563-999-3539, 563-999-3539. So I have a question for you, Christine. Zadkiel, what does he do or she do?
Zadkiel, well, see, that's the cool thing. Angels are androgynous, so we're the one that makes them male or female, though it'd be kind of hard to see Michael as a girl. But Zadkiel, I do see more often in the masculine form. He oversees the crown chakra, but works in conjunction with Saint Germain overseeing the violet flame. And many know about the violet flame, and many do not. So, in essence, think of a flame that is violet. That's your visual. And all the flame does, because it doesn't multitask, is transmute. It's honestly better than sage. It transmute means it takes the crap and puts it back to its original state of purity. We lived in a gorgeous home in the Baltimore area for a while. And every time I sage, because that's kind of how I was taught, things will be all hunky-dory for a day or two, and then everything would just blow up. And it wasn't until then that I realized sage can actually feed some energies and make it worse, which is exactly what happened. Yeah, I know. Who knew, right? And it was just freaky on the cycle I began to see. And I conferred with someone I was working with at the time, and I said, am I going nuts? They go, oh, no, that happens. I went, okay then. So by then my aromatherapy line was out, and I started using my Zachiel candle because it works. It has Zachiel sigil on the label, so it has his energy in the product. I only forevermore use his candle when I want to clear my space. And
so that works
freaky.
Better than the sage.
For me, and my students say the same thing. Yeah. So
interesting.
I admit it is interesting. And I admit I'm lazy. So as Zachiel's clearing it, we will open up our home about 5 times a year for clients. We'll host you as a private client. It's only about you for that weekend. It's a private weekend. But, I want them to allow themselves to be pampered, all these home-cooked meals. They have 3 2-hour sessions with me for coaching and reading purposes. They have 2 sessions on the healing table because I'm trained in a variety of healing modalities. We do fire pit ceremonies. We'll take walks in the woods. We do all these things that help you. But I want them to be comfortable. I want them to allow this to happen and get the most out of it. So as I'm clearing the house, I'm clearing their room, but I'm having Archangel Camuel's candle often lit, especially in their room, because it's that angel of self-love. They will step into that energy more to allow themselves to receive what they need for that weekend. So as I'm clearing, I'm putting another energy right behind it just to set the intention.
This sounds wonderful.
And
it's like a spiritual spa that you offer.
Oh, that's what I had.
Well,
that's why I said I have to make a connection with her to come see her.
That's right.
You want some home cooked meals, don't you?
You're a good cook, right?
This would be great for you.
We love doing this. My husband's a frustrated chef, and we've had vegans. We had a couple here, literally a couple, and she is raw, and he's a carnivore. So that was an interesting menu organization for the weekend. But I tell you, we knocked that out of the park. So we've had gluten. I've become very well versed in gluten-free recipes. We hosted our first student retreat here this past October, and we had 15 students come, and now they didn't all stay at the house. We had hotel rooms for them, but everything was done in-house, and we had dairy people, we had shellfish people, we had celiac people, and it was amazing from the food perspective and pretty darn good from the teaching as well. So it works. See, this is why it works for us, though. It works because this is what we naturally like to do. We like to entertain. We like to help people. So we invite, people have to apply. We're not going to take anybody because you're coming in and you're staying in our home. So you have to apply, but it's where magic happens. One of my clients, she's been a client of mine for quite a while. I'm very connected with dragons. And she's having one of her sessions, and all of a sudden these words are coming out of my mouth, and I'm looking at her. I go, I think I'm speaking dragon. She goes, yeah, I think you are too. I said, I think we need to write this down because I'm not going to remember any of this when we're done. She goes, okay. So,
Well, it sounds like quite an adventure and what a healing journey for people. And how much do you charge for something like that, Christine?
Those are, see, I hate when people ask me questions like that because I can't remember off the top of my head. So let me go to my website so I can give you the right price.
Okay, because it just sounds wonderful. And I know everybody's going to want to know that the answer to that question.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's $24.95. That's not $24.95. It is $2,495, but it is worth it. To be quite honest, it's not equivalent to a 4-star hotel because it's not a hotel, but you are on organic sheets. You have your own private bathroom. I mean, everything about it. I get to make you a personalized scepters, and I love making those for clients. But if people purchase the 2020 roadmap right now that's being offered until January 27th, they get 20% off not only my products but also my services. So if you take 20% off the weekend, that's a whole lot more than what the roadmap costs. So you end up still saving quite a bit of money. But that, and I don't.
No, it sounds very reasonable to me. I mean, for everything that you're offering, the amount of work that you and your husband have to do, the meals alone. I mean, you're talking about a tremendous amount of work and focused attention on each person that comes to stay with you. It just sounds like just a magical, wonderful adventure.
Thank you. It really is. Our clients show up on Friday, usually for a late lunch. And we initially had a plan that they wouldn't leave until after lunch on Sunday. But we found that they were ready to leave after breakfast, mid-morning, late morning on Sunday. So we changed. Now, we've had clients come in from Ohio, meaning they have to fly in. So we're reasonable. We adjust according to flight schedules. And, we'll wiggle it around, but we do have to be pretty clear. You can't stay Sunday night. No, you have to go bye-bye. We need our downtime as well.
Because you're setting a store with your bag doesn't mean they have to leave, right?
Exactly. And because it's not just the weekend commitment for us. It is a couple of weeks preparing things, not just energetically, but the food. Everything is made that week or that day. But there is a tremendous amount of behind-the-scene prep time to get ready for you because it isn't, doing the student retreat was exhilarating, fun, and extremely tiring for the entire weekend, but it's a completely different dynamic when it's just you. Because I get so wrapped up in your energy, and it's really about it's all about you, which is great because guess what? You can't hide. There's no place to hide behind somebody when in the group setting. It's focused on you the entire time. But it's really lovely to see what transpires. I had a client, I think it was last year. She said, "You know what? I'm going to go sit outside by the fire pit, and I'm just going to go journal." That's great. And I'm just so pleased she felt that comfortable to say, I'm going to go do this versus what's next. She knew she needed that downtime. And had a client, oh gosh, when did she show up? I think it was late spring, early summer. And we live very, very close to the Potomac River, and that's where I take people through these woods. And we can just walk right down to the river, or we can take trails that go throughout. And it's easy walking and whatnot. And everybody requests it and loves it. So we're coming back, and I'm seeing something flickering over a rock, and it just really kept my attention. I'm like, what is that? So we get closer. It's a fawn. That fawn is so new, the tail is wet.
Oh, my goodness.
And the mother had shoved it into this little tiny crevice, because I went back the next day because my client was just like, because it was very close to the trail, like less than 10 feet from the trail. She goes, someone's going to take it. Someone's going to hurt it. Where's the mother? I said, the mom probably went to clean up herself and to get food. She's watching. I can just feel it. She's watching. And I said, do you want to come back later on? She goes, no, I don't want to know. If anything bad happens, I don't want to know about it. I don't want it to ruin my weekend. I said, okay, I get that. So I took her to the airport. And I stopped on the way back on Sunday. And I was shocked on how tiny the spot was that the fawn was in. And, of course, there was no evidence of the fawn ever having been there. There was no little body, so the fawn had indeed lived and scampered off with mommy somewhere. But it's a blessing to see this, to see that up close. And what's really magical is that two people walked by, and I said, someone's coming, let's walk away, so I don't want to bring attention. So we did. We just kind of hovered someplace else. They kept right on walking. It's amazing what people don't see.
Yes,
right
exactly. That's a
it
good
was
point.
Just such a beautiful.
Yeah, and the spirit obviously guided you to that place for both of you to have that experience. Well, let's take another couple of calls. Now, I'm not sure if these people have questions or not, because I don't see the little question bar next to their phone number, but let's pull them on anyways. So we have somebody from area code 610. Hi, who's this? Hi, what's your name?
Yeah, this is Ken.
Hi, Ken. Do you have a question for Christine?
Yeah, hi, Christine. I think you remember me. I'm from Allentown, and I've been at your. Did a couple readings for me.
How are you? Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
As soon as I heard Ken, I is this Kenny? It is. Well, how are you?
Good. Yeah. Just a basic reading. What do you see? What are you seeing in 2020? What down the road? I'll be getting a reading for you in May. Yes, for me, and I'll be seeing you in May at the
no, you won't.
show again.
We don't do that show anymore.
Oh, you don't do that show anymore at all? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I see for you, Kenny, going forward is a lot more growth. You becoming a bit more comfortable with your power, being able to say what's on your mind with better clarity without fear of retribution, which is a very cool thing. Romance. Is there romance in your life yet now?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I see something coming up for the year. And I ask because it feels super close. So something's coming up for you. I just saw a bunch of sparkles. That's why I stopped. I'm like, okay, what's that about? So I'm going to, they're saying it's champagne bubbles. I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. So there's going to be some much celebrating for you going forward. And you're going to hear this phrase from me a lot, if you allow it to unfold. I'm feeling you're pushing a little on something right now, and I'm not sure what it is, and we don't have time to get into that right now, but there is movement for you coming forward, and it's they're funny. I just cut the cards for you, and what's the card? Movement. I love it when they do this. Sandalphon came in, and it's movement. This is, again, not for you to exercise more, but this is for that your life is indeed moving forward. Remember your Askfirmation, Kenny, and why is it safe for me to be me? Why is it so easy for me to speak my truth and stand in my power? There is still a bit of a glitch for you not being fully comfortable with what you're good at. Mm-hmm. And it's time for you to stand in that a bit stronger, my friend.
Well, thank you. I'll miss you at the show, but I can always get a phone reading or just go on the website and get your services there. So thanks again. You'll be missed, but still be in contact. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Ken.
Ken, thanks so much for your call.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and we have somebody from the 520 area code. Let's see if they have a question. Bring them on the air. Gosh, this thing is slow tonight. Hi, you are live on the air. What's your name? Hi, you're live on the air. Do you have a question for Christine?
I do.
What's your name?
My name is Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Okay.
Hi.
Go ahead.
My question for Christine is, does she see romance for 2020 for me?
I'm hoping you mean for you.
Yes, for me.
I'm sorry. There's a little bit of snarky angel humor there. Of course I see romance, but I wanted to make sure. Yes. It is my cat had decided to come into the office, and he's concurring. He loves it when we get into these energies. So yes, Debbie, what I'm seeing for you, I'm feeling a little bit of heart tightness for you right now. It's been hurt before when it comes to the matters of the heart, as they say. So your trust factor isn't as high as it could be and certainly will be, because it is scary to be vulnerable. It is scary to allow your warts, metaphorically, of course, to be seen and our quirks. But the more you can allow your quirks to be seen, the more you're going to find true love versus a love that will only be a flash in the pan, so to speak. Because keep in mind, humans, every single human is perfectly imperfect. That's the beauty of us. There is not one human walking the earth, please correct me if I am wrong, that is perfect, which guess what? Means we all have crap. We all have things about ourselves that we would prefer not to highlight. But the more we try to push them away, the more they control us. So sit with yourself, sit with Archangel Uriel. He oversees the root chakra. He is the angel of safety, not to be confused with the angel of protection, but safety as in you are safe to be seen, you are safe to be heard, you are safe to be loved. George, I feel you lurking. What do you see?
Yeah.
Come on, George.
I feel that there's also someone that was in your life that you still care about. You need to cut that cord and release them. Yeah, you definitely there's a between your hearts there's that cord. You can't see your future without like forgiving your past. So just kind of forget about that and just move forward. And you should be okay. It feels like May, June of next year you're swimming in a wonderful kind of love. That someone who appreciates you and knows you and gets butterflies when they see you, and it's going to be good for you. You're not that far away.
No, it really isn't. And building upon that, so you want to work with Uriel first, Debbie, so you feel safer to be a truer reflection of you. But as George said, this forgiveness, and it's not, we don't have to think of it, I have to forgive that person because they hurt me so much. But the more you let them that pain sink in, it continues to control. So it's that cutting of the cord that George mentioned. But in this case, I'm going to go more with the forgiveness aspect because you're actually giving back to yourself. And in that side, you're working with Raphael, who oversees the heart, but he's the healer. I call him the doctor of the angelic realm. And certainly he's going to be about the forgiveness aspect. And Camuel, I mentioned her earlier, angel of self-love. We will never love ourselves enough. Again, human thing, because we have this thing called ego that tells us we're stupid and we're not worthy. So the more we love ourselves, the more we give ourselves permission to go after what we want. But the best part, we allow ourselves to receive it. And the last heart angel will be Haniel, works with a little not as known chakra. It's called the etheric heart. Some call it the witness high heart chakra. They told me etheric heart, and I'm sticking with it. But Haniel is the true gateway to spirituality and the physical, meaning helps you to create, live your heaven on earth reality. Great love is meant for you. There's a bit of self-work yet to do, but not much, really.
No,
George,
not much. Yeah,
right?
Not much.
So, George, the first half of next year, that's nothing when you've got the rest of your life ahead of you with somebody fantastic. So focus on the love. Think of, when you daydream, think of the end of next year. Don't put a face to the person, but just think of how you're going to feel with this love in your life. That raises your vibration. Mm-hmm. So you can recognize it when it presents yourself. I pulled a card for you, and here's another angel. So you're getting a boatload of angels with you, is Gabriel, and the message was creativity. So it's being a bit more creative and going about how you want to live this romantic life, because Gabriel oversees the sacral chakra, which is about creativity, sometimes artistic, but it's also about creation, as in you're having a baby, but that's not the case. But it's also sexuality and sensuality, being more alive, letting the past be just that, the past. It helps form who you are now, but as long as it doesn't control you, that's the key for you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and
Thank
good
you
luck.
both. Thanks.
I'm hearing wedding bells with you, so have fun.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for your
Debbie.
call, Debbie. Very helpful, both of you. Thank you for offering that insight. We have a few more callers, and all of a sudden they dropped off, so I hope our board isn't acting up on them again. But anyways, the number to call is 563-999-3539. That is 563-999-3539. How about a PK? Would you like a reading?
I would love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay, baby cakes, be vulnerable. What do you want to ask us?
Well, what am I going to be when I grow up? What do I need to know?
Okay, get in line with that one. I see you really becoming quite powerful in the next year. I mean, more than you can conceptualize right now. You know you're powerful, but you still shy away from the spotlight a little bit, and you're not supposed to.
Boy.
Does that ring true?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I'm glad that I was right. I'd like to be a little Miss Know-It-All all the time, but I'm sorry you're not allowing yourself to be seen, because you're really amazing, remarkable, and so incredible with your gifts, and it's time. It's this is the year of allowing, and everybody that's listening to me yak right now or hears the replays is going to be hearing this a lot from me, because it rings so true. We have to allow ourselves to give ourselves permission to ask for what we want. Then we have to allow ourselves the timing of it to unfold. And we have to allow ourselves to receive it and live it and be it. We had, I periodically have people that get inspired by me, and I'm very honored and blessed by that. But then they start to mimic me, or they start to do this little passive-aggressive thing. Well, I can do that too. Good, go ahead. Let's work for me. Have fun. Let me know. And I was like, you're really doing yourself a disservice. If you would just be you, great. There's still less work for me, because you're attracting the people that you're meant to attract. And that's, you're far from mimicking me by any such means. And I don't know why they just had me go off on that tangent. But it's time for you to be you, and to be this really strong, vivacious person that can help millions. Yes, I said millions of people. So is there a book that you're working on?
I'm working on one now, yeah.
Yay! When's it going to get done? She pushes
when I get off my backside.
Wow,
and get back in the right chair. Put it that way.
Okay. Yeah, let's get this book going, babe. I pulled a card. I feel like you're getting a couple of cards. Raphael came up first with the message of indeed healing. And you getting more comfortable with your power is actually a very big healing adventure for you. And you think about it, it is for everybody, because our gifts, the four of us on here, not that anybody else that's listening doesn't qualify, but when you start getting into the metaphysical and spiritual realm with gifts, it can be intimidating. And to allow yourself to be seen, to be heard, to be recognized for what you have to offer is healing, because it means you're allowing yourself to be empowered. You're allowing yourself to be powerful. And that can be scary for people, to be powerful.
Well, it can be, because then you have to take responsibility.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's scary. Yep. I got to be responsible for those people. No. But you don't. It's one of those things that you remind yourself you're not responsible for them, their actions or inactions. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn as well. I'd had these people show up with the same question over and over, and I finally just like you're not doing your work, and just give me your money and walk away, because that's about all this is going to be beneficial to you. But when I go, that wasn't very nice, Chris. I talk to myself all the time. So you give them the tools, but then cut the cords metaphorically, and allow them to make their own decisions of what they want to do or not do. Because ultimately it's their choice. It's that beautiful freedom of choice.
Well, we can't fix it all. We can just put it on the table.
No, we can't fix anything, because we can fix our lives. We can fix our personal, but we can't fix it all. We plant seeds.
Right.
And to quote a famous saying, and I'm not sure exactly where I heard it from, where I would give them so credit, for those with eyes will see and ears will hear. You'll see it when they're ready, they'll hear it when they're ready, and when they're ready, they will move at more speed. But until then, they're dragging. So, I have students that sign up for the authorization course once a year, because it's an 8-month course. I don't teach you in a weekend and send you on your way. And yay, you can do angel card readings now. Yay, you. Because that's a disservice for you. You're confused. I have people that will, pay for the course, maybe do 2 lessons, and then I never hear from them.
Oh, my.
Right? I was like, why would you spend that kind of money and then not do the work?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of frustrating. Well, we've got another caller. So, yes.
Okay,
so
I have one more
got a
card
couple of
for
callers,
you,
so I want to get to as many as we can. So can we move on, Christine?
Yep, one more card for PK. It's Michael with Stand in Your Power. So we'll end on that note.
I thank you very kindly, Madame.
You're very welcome, my darling.
Okay, I'm going to pull this person on the air. It is she or he is from area code 973. Hi, you're live on the air. What's your name? Hello? Area code 973. You're live on the air. Do you have a question for Christine? Okay, we're going to move on. I'm going to put this person back on hold, and we're going to go to area code 402. Hi, you're live on the air. What's your name?
Hi, thank you. It's Sharon. Yeah,
Hi, Sharon.
Hi. Need some messages, Christine, from my angels, please. Things are not good.
How can I help you, Sharon? What's going on, honey?
Relationships with my daughter.
How old is she?
She's an adult mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a
whole situation. It's real
bad.
bad.
I'm feeling a lot. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of anger coming from her.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't even talk. I just got a tremendous amount of anger coming from her.
It's really she's
not
being
pleasant.
She's being influenced terribly. So it's just I'm kind of in shock over all of it.
So what you can do? I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of bile in my throat with the situation. Talk with Archangel Michael. He oversees our solar plexus, but he is all about protection. And if you go to my website or you go join us on Facebook in our closed group called Angel Chatter, or start hanging out with me on social media and stuff, you'll see Michael pop up a lot, and his sigil looks like a sword. And he is strongly advising that you send him to protect her and surround her with him daily to protect her, to draw his sigil, and it's always in groups of 3. Think of 3 blind mice, the Holy Trinity. Everything is stronger in 3s. It creates a triangle, which is the strongest geometric shape. So you draw the sigil and send it her way. You draw the sigil 3 times in front of you and walk through it as you're asking him then to protect you, because not to sound melodramatic, I keep hearing the phrase psychic attack, and you're right, it's not pretty, and she needs some very big protection. She needs a lot of clearing, getting a little bit of past life crap playing out in her life where she's afraid to stand in her power and stand up.
Yeah, she's I saw her today, and I can hardly see my daughter in there. And I flat out said, there's evil in you, and she's being influenced by someone.
Yeah,
who's loving it.
Well,
and
they do.
I've
dealt with people like that. I've had people like that throw things at me energetically, and it's not a pretty situation. I will recommend also, there's a Hawaiian healing technique that works wonders. It's called Ho'oponopono, and it's a bit of a tongue twister. It's Ho'oponopono, and it does work with the energy of forgiveness. There are a couple of great books out there. Do some reading on it. It's crazy powerful. In essence, the man who's bringing it to our attention worked in a criminally insane ward in Hawaii, never saw an inmate in person, but over the course of, I believe, 5 years, healed the entire ward, and it shut down because it was no longer needed. But never seen. So this is you taking your power back, helping her at the same time helping you. So it's Michael for the protection aspect and working with Raphael for the forgiveness tone, but also implementing the Hawaiian technique. And that will help a lot. If you need more help, please reach out to me via my website. I do have a couple of people, actually only one person I allow to work on me energetically on a regular basis, and she's cleared more crap off of me than I would care to know I ever had on me. And she's coming to mind right now. So I'll be happy to share her contact information with you offline.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's influencing my grandchildren too, and
yeah.
I'm not quite sure about how I'm going to survive this.
It's not going to be a fun. It's not going to be an easy road, Debbie. I'm sorry, Sharon. I'm not going to lie. But doing those tools that they've suggested will help you at least take some power back. I would start logically. You're starting to document everything. So if it comes to legal proceedings, you have information backed up. I just pulled a card for you, and I know you're at the bottom of the well right now, but I pulled the card, and it's Gabriel, and the message is miraculous happenings.
Well, Gabriel is her guardian angel.
Well, there you go.
And also her son's name, who's named after him.
Okay, so I obviously did not know that ahead of time. So talk with Gabriel as well, because he is so closely connected within that. So using a card that I pulled previously, use creativity, not in the artistic way, but use creative measures to get this resolved.
You know, I'm curious because you said you brought up legal.
Mm-hmm.
What prompted you to say that?
I don't know. I can't control what comes out of my mouth, honestly, sometimes.
Right. No, I understand that. No, I just wondered if you could elaborate on that at all, or what you were thinking.
I mean, is she currently married?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing there's some. I just heard you ask, and I'm hearing child custody. It's not going to be pretty. This person's not a good energy person, and I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to get into name calling somebody I've never even met or encountered.
And I just don't know what to do. I mean, he has done everything to destroy her, and she thinks he's wonderful, and I'm like, she's just.
And as a wonderful mom, you're frantic, and I can appreciate that. But the more energy you put towards it, actually, the worse it becomes, because you're feeding him. So by doing some of the tools they suggested, it's the energy coming from love, which he doesn't necessarily understand. So he can't combat that.
Right. Is he the father of the children?
Yeah.
What, honey?
Is he the father of the children?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Child custody battles. It's not going to be pretty. But
I feel like I'm in the middle of a child custody battle. I'm fighting for my daughter.
You are, but this is about her children.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the legal, and it's not. It's going to be a bit of a long road. But Gabriel's card did come up. I would have.
What? I'm sorry, honey. Would you tell me again what that card said? Miraculous what?
Miraculous happenings.
Okay.
I'm getting having your house as a safe house, having supplies at your house for when she comes. I'm getting a little teary-eyed. It's gonna blow up sometime soon. And George, what do you want to add to that?
I knew you'd do that. Okay. I know that when you stare at her,
my new best friend.
Yes, when you are looking into her eyes, she's not there. There's somebody else in there. Yeah. Do you feel that? Yeah. Now listen, you've given her all the pearls of wisdom that you could possibly give her, and dirt rolling around in there. And occasionally what's saving her is these pearls of wisdom that you've given her. Now, if she's influenced, if she's doing drugs or alcohol or all that kind of screws things up a little bit. But I know that she would say something like, what would mom do? What would mom say? I know she's asking for a lot of forgiveness, but she's very transparent to you, and you can see what she's doing and what she's going through. The kids are resilient. I mean, they're all minor children, right? They feel young to me. Yeah. And so,
there is something so horrific going on that I will not put it out there.
Yeah, I know. I feel it.
I know what it is. Yeah, the children will need counseling when this is all said and done.
And I don't know what the hell to do about it. I tried when I have lived away, and I just came here, and she is putting everything is my fault. Everything
right.
going
She
wrong.
blames you for everything. That's right. She's got daddy issues. She's got all kinds of stuff going on.
He walked out on us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And so that makes her pick out bad choices.
Right, and the husband is picking up that role, but magnified. So she has no one. God. She feels safe. She feels safe with you, which is why she blames you. It's a gift and a curse.
I don't know. She thinks he's a god. Okay.
No, she really doesn't. When in her heart of hearts and in her quiet hours, she doesn't. She knows the truth, but she is controlled and she can't leave at the moment. But I'm getting every sense that she will.
Well, I'm telling you, she just doesn't have. Unless is she gonna realize what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking? What you guys said you picked up?
Yeah,
and
but
she
she's
knows
at
the
war
difference
with herself.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great way to put it.
You know what?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it's like. And it's like she is trying to. My daughter keeps coming through a little bit, and then it's the fight.
Pull back in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She'll
I'm
be
just
going into
sick.
Yeah, I see her going into some very deep counseling, and you may have temporary custody of the children when the time's right. This is why they want you to don't say you can't. Be open to what may happen. Remember,
no, I
miracles
mean,
are happening.
I love them. I can't imagine that
I know.
unless, I tried to tell her before that one of the reasons he's doing this shit behind her back and at me, I know what he's doing, but she doesn't.
Yeah, well,
she doesn't believe it. And, I mean, not just there, but to me, okay? I know what he's doing. I know why he's doing it. He wants everything. He wants control of her. And
it's an abuse. It's abuse.
With me, I tried to tell her, with me here, she is no longer alone because I can step up and I can be there to help her.
Right.
Whereas without me, there is no one because I'm dead. Everyone else has died.
Mhm.
So.
And you just said it right there. Everyone else has left her. The more she knows that you're not leaving, the more she's going to become empowered to take action.
And Sharon, we're going to unfortunately have to wrap this up because we're running out of time. But I hope that you will reach out to Christine and or George and anytime to get more information on this to help put your mind at ease and give you direction in this, this very difficult path.
Angel Chatter, it's called, honey?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my website, angelchatter.com.
That's a good place to go.
All right, thank you so much.
Good luck, my dear.
You're very welcome, Sharon. Good luck.
Good luck, Sharon.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's always difficult with kids, huh?
I hate it.
Okay, George, get off the floor. Get back on the chair.
Yeah.
Come on. And Trump was impeached.
Well, this has just been a great show tonight, and Christine and George and PK, I know you all offered a lot of insight for people tonight, and I know everybody's very grateful for the time with you, Christine and George especially. So, again, to reach Christine, angelchatter.com, and from now until December 22nd, use the code Spiritual Angels, and you can get 20% off all products.
Supernatural angels. We're playing with supernatural girls and angels, so it's supernatural angels.
Oh, because it says spiritual angels here, so you want them to use supernatural.
You know what?
We're
I'm going to make
now.
it really easy. We're super.
Okay, supernatural angels. We can announce that. And again, to reach George, you will find George at crystalgatereadings.com. crystalgatereadings.com. And Patricia Kirkman, you can reach at patriciakirkman.com. or on now I'm doing it, supernaturalgirls.com.
Well,
so
all that's
I know spiritual, supernatural. I guess it's the same word. We're just going to keep saying.
But,
I'm
going to make it easy. I'm going to put them both in there because we're now getting confused. So I'm going to have spiritual and supernatural angels. It's going to be the same exact thing. So everybody will be happy.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, again, Christine, thank you so much for an absolutely wonderful evening. And please let us know when your next Oracle deck is out because we're going to have
Definitely.
you back. Yes.
Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
Well, thank
I
you.
had such a blast with all three of you tonight. And Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy holidays. All that amazing things. And
happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, everybody. And we'll see you back on January 8th with a whole new show. Until then, we'll meet you on the Blue Highway. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another radio adventure with Supernatural